There's an answer to what does it mean to be black. There's an answer to what does it mean to be, at least in this country, in the place where we're experiencing this, there's an answer to what does it mean to be Chinese American. There's an answer to what does it mean to be Colombian in America, right?
Mhm,
There's not
mhm.
really an answer to what does it mean to be white. Y'all have everything.
There's an answer. They just won't like the answer, and to be
No,
white
but
is
that's what
to
there's
yeah.
nothing to identify with. The only thing to identify with is that y'all have that, not that they have everything, but that you are the power structure. That's the only thing to identify with. And then if you identify with being the power structure, you have to accept slavery, you have to accept
Mhm.
Jim Crow, you have to accept the mistreatment of the Indian, right? You have to accept all these things, and they don't want to. That's the problem. That's the piece of their own culture that they're unwilling to accept, and without
Yeah.
it, they don't have anything to identify to.
I do think, you raise a good point. There's a lot of psychological like, at this point in the history right now, there's a unique part of, like, a psychological breakdown that's definitely happening within their communities, and the reality of the situation, what does it mean to be white? Well, if you're a white person and you don't practice racism and you're around other white people and you treat other people that are non-white equal to you, other white people that do practice racism will call you out. They will be
Mhm.
like, "What are you doing? Like, don't you know how we move? Like how we treat." You understand what I'm saying? It's like as if it's like I forgot, I think that movie was You Can't Buy Me Love. I don't know if you remember that movie, man. It's an old movie back in the days. Dude paid a girl to date him so he could become popular. And, then he became popular. But then when he was hanging out with the cool kids, they would go Halloween and they would
Mhm.
go out on Halloween and go bomb and egg houses and all that other stuff, right? So in the process of doing that, dude actually ends up at the front door of one of his friends, and he didn't know that his friend's house was the one that got shit thrown on it.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now think about this, right? Like, the minute he was in the van, though, and they were on the way there,
Mhm.
the guy said when he found out what they were gonna do and who they were gonna do it to, which was his best friend,
Mhm.
he was like, "Nah, nah, nah, I'll do everything else, but I'm not gonna do that." And immediately when he did that, those dudes pounced on him and were like, "See? See, he's not about it. He's not about that." And that's the same kind, and I'm oversimplifying, folks, but this is the same concept when it comes to whiteness, which is if you don't throw that egg or throw that shit at that house, there will be people that will call you out. And to me, one of my codes, and I think everybody should have their own codes, Nelly Fuller Jr. stuff on codes, by the way, is you should be able to spot out decent white people by how other white people interact with them. And if other white people don't like them because they don't practice racism, you might have some decent white people right there. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah, no,
sounds
no, no,
messed
no.
up.